Okay, on to the second radio that the customer dropped off over a year, maybe a year and a half ago. This is the Panasonic R-1077. Hopefully you can make it out there. Little pocket portable transistor radio. And luckily I did manage to find, well, the service manual, if you want to call it a service manual. Let me zoom out just a little bit. They call it the National, which was National Panasonic R-1077. And if you squint just right, it looks about the same. Yeah, I'm going to say that's it. So there is the circuit board layout. I do have this in the manual exposure mode so that you can actually see something that's not super orange. And then there is the schematic for the National R-1077. So I want to go ahead and apply a 9-volt battery to this unit and just take a look around and see if I see any electrolytics that need to be replaced. I see a 30 microfarad right there. And is that a 0.3? Let me get some zoom action going. Come on, focus, please. I have it in auto magical focus. That's as good as it's going to get. 0.3 microfarad capacitor right there. And I see another 10. Is that? Yeah, 10 microfarad 6-volt cap there. I would expect to see another electrolytic over here on the audio power amplifier. And of course, power amplifier, probably 150 milliwatts. But anyhow, there is the schematic on the unit should you come across one of these radios and you need a schematic. So let's go ahead and pop this thing open. Not really hard to do. Oh, maybe harder. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and zoom in on the goodies in this unit. So I definitely do, stop shaking camera. I definitely see 1, 2, 3, 4 electrolytics in here. And the rest of it looks like it's laid out pretty well, other than why would they put the earphone jack back here instead of just making it part of the front panel so the whole back actually comes off as one piece. Yeah, there's the speaker, 8 ohms, 0.25 watts, so chances are this is like a 100 milliwatt output. There's the audio driver transformer and the audio output transformer, and then there are the 2 audio output transistors. Yeah, let's throw a 9-volt battery in this thing and see if it actually powers up and if it actually receives some kind of a signal. One moment while I find a 9-volt battery. Okay, well luckily I do save all my batteries out of my smoke detectors because rarely are they depleted. So we'll pop that guy in. Maybe. Does it go flat? Oh, it goes flat in there. Okay. And let me zoom out so you can actually see what I might be trying to do here. There it is. Well, does it actually power on and do anything at all? There's the volume. It actually makes noise. Well, there certainly is my local station, 1290. Obviously, the calibration is off just a tad because it shows it to be just over 1300. What about anything else down here lower? Yeah, looking kind of doubtful. Too much noise. A little bit of static on the pot there at the bottom. Although it's better now. Oh, it's right there where the power switch portion is. That's okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. And, yep, there we go. Yeah, why? Why? You could have put this here. Okay, incidentally, there is the serial number 36534. And is that inspected by 6821A with the 2R in the middle? I'm not quite sure. The foam has definitely seen a day and a half better, as well as this foam here. So I really wanted to wash this whole thing in the dishwasher just to clean up the cabinet, but I'm not quite sure that's going to happen at this point. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can get maybe the circuit board detached and wash the front portion over here. Sorry, that was out of view. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the circuit board detached and wash at least this part to get the dust out of here. And maybe, I don't think we're going to bring that back around. I think that's going to be too far gone. So it's looking like that's a screw that holds the speaker down. So I've got one screw. Is that it? Oh, maybe underneath the volume control. Let's go ahead and remove that one screw. No, it looks like that's the one that holds it in place. Well, let's try to take this one screw out here. Wow, that thing is in there. Did they thread lock it or what? Oh, there's one more screw. Let's get the right screwdriver for this. Man, those things are in there. There we go. And chances are we're going to have to unsolder the speaker, which is no problem at all. Wake up, soldering iron, wake up. It's in the sleep mode. So I really don't think it's going to matter what direction these speaker wires go back in, because I don't think there's going to be any kind of speaker phasing issue. But just for the fun of it, let me try to find a Sharpie. So I do have a black Sharpie. We'll make a black mark over there on that side right there. Okay, soldering iron is up to temp. All right, board has been removed. So what about removing everything else so that I can throw this in my dishwasher and wash it? I've had extremely good luck washing electronic components in the dishwasher. Let's try to remove this speaker. And it just makes things look like brand new. Oh, yay. Look at that. So the only problem I'm going to have to add a little bit of double stick adhesive tape to get that to go back down. But I do think even the strap and everything is going to be beneficial if I go ahead and clean this in the dishwasher. Definitely don't want to wash the speaker. It is in mint condition. Yeah, I don't want to wash the numbers off of this, so I'm not quite sure what to do about the back. We'll probably just leave the back the way it is and just push those guys out of the way. And now next, oh shoot, am I going to have to unstring the dial cord? It looks like I might, although it doesn't look too terribly complicated. It's just around a couple times and then around and then back. So I think, I bet you there's a screw hiding under here though. But what all I need to do is get that one capacitor out that's underneath here, and then everything else can be accessed quite easily. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there, and then that's going to be the only one that I really have to worry about as far as the dial cord goes. I could try to do it, but if you've ever tried to unsolder anything near the dial cord, if you even glance at it with a soldering iron tip, it's gone. It's bye-bye. Okay, let me go and try to get this thing unstrung, and we'll see what we can do. One moment. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is keep the tuning cord or the dial cord in check here. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this one screw. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's coming out. No, it's spinning. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to try to take this and just clamp it. And it's not going to cooperate. Although maybe I got it. Oh no, it's just going to unravel. Oh well, we'll restring it. Doggone it. At least I know where it goes. We'll spin that up out of the way like that. And I thought there was a lock washer somewhere. There it is. Found the lock washer. So let's go ahead. This is obviously the one from the volume control. It's a coupling capacitor right there. You know what? Before I do that, it's time for a new tip. For my Hecko FR301, that's my desoldering iron that I use. And the tip that's in here is just, it's used up. I've only had it for like 5 years. Time to put a new tip in it. Yeah, it's still a little bit warm. Yeah, there's the old tip. All right, let me find some skizzers. I have the childproof skizzers. We'll use those. Oh, that one fits much better. Lock it into place. There we go. Power on. We'll let it warm up for just a moment. So this is the 1 millimeter nozzle. Nozzle, 1 millimeter. And that is for the Hecko FR301. So it's an N61-08 desoldering nozzle, 1 millimeter. This tip nozzle is plated with lead-free solder. Well, that doesn't do me any good because lead-free solder sucks. IMO, in my opinion. So get that out of there. Okay, one moment while this thing warms up, and we will desolder that speaker coupling or the audio volume control coupling capacitor, which I believe is going to be that one right there, 15 volt, 0.3 microfarads, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out of the circuit. One moment. Okay, well, you have the exposure pumped up just a little bit so the white workbench doesn't wash out the video. I should have thought my decision a little bit closer before I purchased a white workbench, but that's the way it goes, and I'm not going back now with the cost of lumber. So I need to make sure that I get all these capacitors in the correct direction when I replace them. So I need to pull everyone out and very carefully make sure. So the positive goes up on that one. Now I did go ahead and take a look at the board, and it does show the positive as going up on that guy, and it's going to be a 0.47 at 16 volts. That's an awfully small capacitor. So I think I'm going to replace these one at a time as I pull them out. So do I actually own a 0.47? No. I've got a 0.33 or a 1 microfarad. So I guess it's going to get a 1 microfarad cap instead of a 0.47. It'll have extra base that way. So here is a 1 at 50. Remember the positive went up. What is that, a spider web? All right, 1 at 50, inserted. Positive in that direction right there. Where's my solder? There it is. Trying to make a getaway. I wonder why they didn't stand these up. I think it's because they had one person assembling the capacitors and one person soldering everything in place. And if they just assembled them and cut them off, they might fall out unless they bent the leads over. I prefer to do it this way, so yeah. Try to make a little room here. So this should be the second capacitor, I hope. Melt, thank you. And now this one's going to be, it's got like 3 leads connected together. So I've got to try to push just, well, maybe not. I can just move these out of the way. There we go. Now I can actually push that one over. Did I miss one lead? Ooh. I think I got the wrong lead. I hate it when that happens. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave that stood up. We'll push that guy back right there. And I think I got this one instead of this lead right there. So let's go ahead and solder those guys back up. Add a little extra solder on there, although I know this is not lead-free solder. It's actual good working solder. And we'll try to get that lead right there. And that's not it. It's going to be this one. I thought it was diagonal. My bad. All right, one way or the other, this cap should come out of here right now. Oh yeah, it's loose. See if I can see the leads. Yep, it's pulling through. So it came out in this orientation. So that means the positive goes towards the tuning capacitor. So that is a 6.3 volt 10 microfarad cap. Positive goes over to the right. Well, let me see if I've got one of those. Probably going to be a 10 at 25 or a 10 at 35 because I don't have many super low voltage caps, but I think it's going to be okay. It's not going to form correctly. So I do have a Kemet 10 at 25. Positive goes to the right. This is going to be a long video because I'm talking and I can't speed it up. Solder those back down that I unsoldered in error. Error, error. New cap soldered in place. Hopefully you could actually see that. All right, those two have been replaced. Now on to this one and that one. And I'm pretty sure, I think, I might have the right orientation on this guy. Let's go ahead and try to get it in the middle of the screen so everyone can see it. Okay, did I get it or did I not? That is the question. Get it centered up in the screen for everyone following along at home. And obviously, no, I did not get it. What the? I have one lead? Really? Now, this is going to be a long, long failure video. Obviously. Try to keep the original form by folding those guys over. So, help me out with this. Where is that one? Is it those two folded over right there? Well, let's try it. We've already come this far, why not? Bend that wire away just a hair. Can you still see that? Yeah, okay, good. Well, any closer? Place your bets, place your bets. Oh, something's moving. Yep, it's coming out. And so the positive on this one is on the left. Positive on the left. Mental note, positive on the left. 33 microfarad, 6.3 volts. Of course, it is upside down for you guys to see. 33, 6.3, positive on the left. Well, the closest I have is a 33 at 25, and it's probably a cheap Chong or something like that. No, it's 105 degrees Celsius. Positive on the left. Thank you for reminding me. Positive on the left. Well, if anybody's still sticking around, I congratulate you. Thank you for sticking around and watching a guy recap an AM radio from the 70s. Okay, so we've got to have some unsoldering going on here, obviously. 2 black wires, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that blue wire is going to come unsoldered from the battery connector, but what are you going to do? Yep, there it goes. Okay, so I have to remember that this black wire goes on the top and the other black wire goes on the bottom. That should be easy. Yeah, why not? Alright, got it stood up. Now, are those the correct leads? That is the question. Oh, I think it is. Look at that. It's completely loose. So you scoring at home, keep in mind the 10 at 47 is pointing down right now, so that means the positive faces down right there. 47 microfarad, 10 volts. Sorry, I said 10 at 47. It's 47 at 10, as you can clearly see. I will ESR these caps when we're done. So let me see if I got a 47 at, what's the lowest voltage? Well, I have a 47 at 6.3, but I'm not going to use that. Ooh, red cap. Yes. These are caps I used to get. Well, I still get them. I have a bunch of them to do Miller and Kressel subwoofer repairs. Super, super low ESR capacitors. But they are 47s at 16. And, of course, I do have to find my cutters, because they are taped. So remember, positive goes down, so negative has to go up. Gotta fold those out just a hair. I'm not sure if there was an industry standard for footprint of components at this point. What the? Where? Oh, for crying out loud, where's the freaking hole? Oh, it's over there. Doggone, I was looking at a reflection. Okay. Yeah, these are worth capacitors. Oh, I gotta hurry. Bowie's on the run. It's the robot vacuum, he's coming. You can probably hear him off in the distance. Okay, well that came out pretty good. I just got to remember to attach that lead on the top. I think we're okay. I don't think we made contact with the other lead. Okay, now all I have to do is reattach the tuning capacitor, or the tuning dial right there, and we'll move forward. Let me shut this door while the robot vacuum vacuums. So I'm thinking, because it still has the original turns in it, I might get lucky. Quit hitting the door. Oh, yay. Got it. Hopefully you can see a little bit of that. I have to put the lock washer on. There we go. And how am I ever going to get this thing started? Well, I got it started. Okay, torque to spec. Does it work? Oh yeah, man, that thing's tight. Wow, that's got a lot of torque. Okay, well, I think we're ready to give this thing a try. I'm just going to bend this up just in case it wanted to touch. I think it'll be okay. So I do have the front all cleaned up and washed. Look at that. That ain't coming out. That's melted. Something laid across there and they melted together. But just look at the difference in the front from when we started. I'm not going to wash the back So I think I'm ready to go ahead and reassemble this unit and give it a try. I probably should go ahead and just pop that off. Those just snap off very easily. We'll put a little droplet of Deoxit F5, the fader cleaner, in here. Although it did sound pretty respectable before. And then I'm just going to drop the control on it, and we'll just run it around a couple of times. I don't have a screw in it yet. Give it one more squirt, and then dump out any excess. Hopefully it will have removed some of the contaminants with it. Okay, pop this little cover back on. It didn't really do much. Is there a dot? Yes, there is. So that's probably supposed to be over there in the off position. Yes, I do believe so. Okay, I'm going to put the screws in it, solder the speaker back in, and connect the speaker, and then we'll give it a test. One moment. All right, look at that beauty, with the exception of this. So, the plastic cleaned up perfectly, and it is picking up stuff. See if I can get a local station here. Oh, there it is right there. So that's a local station in the Chico, California area. 1290, I'm not sure what the power output is at night. But let's go ahead and check those capacitors with the MK168. One moment. Okay, here we go. I just powered it on. No component connected at the moment. So this is a 33 microfarad 6 volt capacitor. 33, 6.3. And it reads 49 at 2.5 ohms. That's not that bad. That's actually very acceptable for the age of this unit. So the next one is going to be the 47 at 10 volts. I'd like to see half an ohm or less on a 47. I would probably get away with 1 ohm. 67.4 microfarads at 1.3 ohms. That is very, very close to being acceptable even in a switch mode power supply. I'm sure it's perfectly acceptable for this radio. But the customer asked that I replace all the capacitors, and so be it. This is the 0.47 at 16 volts. I'd like to see probably 3 or 4 ohms, maybe 5 at the most. Well, 15, that's a little high. And so it does read 0.1 microfarads, and it should read 0.47, or 1042 nanofarads with an ESR of 15 ohms. Just a hair high. This one is going to be the 10 microfarad 6.3 volt capacitor. And it reads 17.9 microfarads at 5.6 ohms ESR. Not that terribly bad. Wow, so only one of the 4 caps were actually defective. But who knows, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, what is going to happen with this unit? Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get my cell phone fired up and get a light, and we'll head outside and see if this thing picks up any signals. Okay, I've got to be kind of quiet. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Tried really in this season of growth, which is what it's been for him at every turn, right? It's like better teammate, the off.
Wow, picking that up perfectly. That's the 1290 station locally. See if we can get something down here around KFI. Oh, it's picking up KFI out of Los Angeles. Well, that's not bad. There's Talk 650 out of Sacramento. KGO 810 out of San Francisco. And let's see, 1530. There is 1530 KFBK. Oh, and guess what show's playing right now? I think everyone can recognize that sound. Anyhow, I'm going to say this thing is pretty good. Not hotter than a burnt boot, but still a pretty good quality radio for such a small compact and running on a 9-volt battery. But anyhow, that is going to be it. I'm going to head back in. Hopefully I didn't wake up too many neighbors playing this stuff, but that's it. Everyone, thank you for watching. Go and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, if you could please hit that subscribe button and like this video. It does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at NorCal715. You can email me norcal715videos at gmail.com. Let's get the house all locked up again. If you want to contact me, please use one of the comments in one of my videos. That is the best way to contact me. All right, well, that is going to be it. Everyone, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really, really appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. Check, check, check. Okay, here we go. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. I do not want that locked on. Let's start this over. Okay, here we go. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. We've got the light on. We're heading outside. Hopefully you can hear me.